It's working! It's working! Yes! Yes! Yes, it's working! I got it! I'm a genius, but what can I say? There we go. How to properly start the game. Okay.
ありがとうございました。では失礼します。
There we go. Yes, it works now. I will be trying my best. Wait, is my mic mute? No, it's not. Okay. I'm not sure if I should voice the characters or not. Yeah or no? I don't know. I guess I will. At least the main character. This should be most of the boxes then. I wiped the sweat off my forehead with my forearm. With my arm, yes. Ah. As the moving truck disappeared from view. Although it was early April and only the beginning of spring. Today's weather was quite nice. It was even a bit hot. It's a good day for a new start. I turned my head to look at the empty bakery, which didn't even have any signage yet. The brand new exterior wall had a western look with a predominantly white and brown logo. There was also a large window which let lots of sunlight. And finally, there were the words that displayed the name of the bakery, La Solia. Instead of the proper French article Le, it was La Solia, meaning the sun. It was a nod towards the name of the shop of someone I admired. Now that I'm on my own, I'll have to do my best. I softly murmured to myself. From here on out, no one would tell me what to do. I was going to start completely anew, despite the statue of my family's name and everything that had happened. I alone would decide my path and take responsibility for what I had to do. In exchange for that freedom, I can't blame anyone else for what happened. Still, although I was a bit worried, the thought of what lay ahead made me break into a smile. Alright. In any case, I'd better get all these things burned up. I took a deep breath and got my spirits back up. I stepped into the new smelling bakery. What's with this big box? Large boxes. In front of me was a large box I didn't recognize. In fact, there were two of them. Fragile, delicate. Absolutely this setup, if thrown, your company will be in trouble. The warnings were going overboard. We were getting annoying. Even if these are bakery supplies, I don't remember buying anything quite like this. First off, there are boxes that look like they came from my house. If these were for the bakery, there's no way I wouldn't remember buying them. There were no tags from the moving company either. All there was were those warning labels. Well, I'll know for sure once I open the... Huh? I wonder what could be in that box. Oh, it's just a cat, huh? Just a troublesome cat, jeez.
よかった。ごまかせたみたい。危ない危ない。気をつけにゃいと。
Like that would fool me. What are you doing, Chocolat?
そのお久しぶりですね、ご主人様。
We just saw each other at home yesterday.
まあそれはそうなんですけど。あ、それよりちょっと聞いてください。引っ越し業者の人たちひどいんですよ。ショコラのこと運ぶときにですね、この段ボール重いから気をつけろよとか言って、思わずふしゃーって泣きそうになっちゃいました。ふしゃーって。一生懸命に我慢しましたけど、ショコラはプンプンですよ。プンプン。
Well, compared to the rest of my things, you are heavy. She ignored what I said. Chocolate puffed out her cheeks. You could say she was always happy-go-lucky. Or rather, she preoccupied herself with only what was in front of her. Well, I guess that's how you describe Chocolate. Well, I was getting ready to move. I did wonder why I didn't see you. I wonder what could be in the second box. Hey. Ta-da!
お久しぶり、ご主人。引っ越し業者のトラックの中がほこりっぽくて、鼻がムズムズ、つらかった。
Why is Vanilla here too?
ショコラがいるところ、それは私がいるところだから。それに、猫は狭いところは嫌いじゃない。あと私も、こっちの段ボールも重いから気をつけろよーとか言われた。だから私もここ、ポンスか。
Again, huh? In any case, Chocolat, Vanilla, get out of there. I was at my wit's end with the large boxes that had suddenly shown up. Anyhow, Chocolat and Vanilla got out of their boxes. Why is no one picking up the phone? Just what is she gonna do? I hung up after trying to call my little sister. There was no way that Chocolat and Vanilla could have gotten mixed in with the rest of the boxes in the first place. On the outside, cat girls look almost like humans. They can understand words and can talk just like us. But more than humans, cat girls were closer to normal cats. After all, cat girls had ears and tails just like cats did. They were genetically modified humanoid cats that were commonly referred to as cat girls. These days, cat girls fit into society as pets and families or partners to humans. My little sister really loves to dote on cat girls. So our family has 6, including Chocolat and Vanilla. In any case, they couldn't have mailed themselves all on their own. Mailing living things through the post would be impossible, for one thing. There's no way my parents would have helped this either. Thus, I could only guess that this was somehow Shigeru's doing. I see. So Shigeru was an accomplice then.
にゃー、すごく綺麗なお家ですにゃー。新しいお布団とか家具の匂いとか好きですにゃー。思ってたより広い。ご主人の解消バッチリ。バニラ、あっちの部屋行ってみよう。探検。位置的におそらく寝室。きっとご主人の新しいベッドがあるはず。いやー、それは聞き逃せないね。もふもふしに行こう。もふもふ。もふもふ了解。私もそれはいいと思う。そうと決まればレッツゴー。
English. Don't get out of control and hurt yourselves.
はーい。はーい。
Without any ill intentions, the 2 cat girls were off in the night. Well, the vicar did have living quarters on the 2nd floor, so I wasn't worried about them causing a ruckus or anything. Of course, they aren't young cat girls anymore either. so I shouldn't have to worry about them getting out of control too much. Well, besides that, I looked up an address in my phone's address book. Minaduki Residence. Well, I already left Shigure a message, so she should call me back later. Without pressing the call button, I put my cell phone back in my pocket. I had moved out without saying anything, so for her to call me back within the day seemed a bit stupid. Well, it wasn't really an issue I needed to bring up right this moment. I should hear from Shigure soon anyhow.
ご主人様のお布団、もふもふ完了であります。新しいお布団、すごくふかふか。合格点。
Good work, you two. Gosh, both of you have major bedhead. Sheesh.
ご主人様のなでなで大好き。苦しゅうない。
I tidied up their hair with the comb. Their soft hair felt nice as well. I lightly bonked them both on the head while they had their eyes closed. Now then, why were the two of you hiding among my moving parts?
主人様が連れてってくれないって言うから仕方なく。ショコラが行くって言うからノリで。
You had no choice? Just tagged along. You two. Well, I figured that there had to, perhaps. Well, I figured that had to be the reason, but anyhow, I recomposed myself and looked at the two of them again. Listen up, okay? How many times have I told you to? This isn't a vacation or a picnic. I moved out because I have no intention of going back there. If you were at home, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Shigure and the other cat girls are there too. It would be better if you two just...
違うんです。これはお腹が反抗期なだけなんです。だから違うんです。本当に。朝早かったせいで朝ごはん食べ損なったから仕方ない。それにショコラはお腹の音も可愛い。
While listening to those silly excuses, I glanced at the clock and saw it was already past 1 o'clock. Now that I thought about it, I haven't eaten anything since this morning either. Well, why don't we have lunch first then?
はーい、ご飯。ご主人様大好き。さすがご主人は話がわかる。
These two were as easygoing as always.
ネコパラ。お買い物。ご主人様とお買い物。にゃー。最近はご主人が全然お買い物連れて行ってくれなかったからショコラのテンションが青天井。バニラだって実はウキウキしてるくせに。ほーら、ほっぺふにふにしちゃうぞ。はい、ショコラくすぐった。ダメ。
You'll bother those around us, so try not to get too carried away eating. Since the refrigerator was empty, we headed to the nearby shopping district to buy groceries. From brand name clothing stores to supermarkets, there was an array of stores. There was even a drugstore with daily necessities amongst them. We come here, we have just about everything. That was how the real estate agent had recommended this place to me. Wait, don't you two go shopping with Shigure often?
もう、しぐれちゃんとご主人様じゃ全然違うんです。ご主人はほんと、ご主人たる自覚がなくて困る。ショコラが不憫。
Hey, first of all, Shigure is your
し
master.
ぐれちゃんもご主人様だけど、しぐれちゃんはしぐれちゃんなんです。だからご主人様はご主人様なんです。全然違うでしょ。ね。理屈になってないけど熱意は伝わる。さすがはショコラ。パチパチパチ。
Pachi pachi. Never mind then. Anyhow, keep it down inside the store, okay? I parted from the two of them. I decided to hurry on ahead.
ご主人様、シャンプーはこれがいいってしぐれちゃんが言ってましたよ。
Oh no. This seems like foreshadowing. I don't know.
これ毛並みがサラサラになるし、すごく甘くていい匂いがする。
But that's stuff for you two to use. I don't need it, so put it down and come over here.
ご主人様、ひどい。ひどいぶった切りようです。よしよし、ショコラ泣かないの。ご主人はひどい人だね。
Don't just say that and then toss that in the back set all nonchalantly.
ガードが硬い。
I had to be on guard or they would sneak something in when I wasn't paying attention. They even tried to grab another basket for themselves at the supermarket earlier. It was apparent to me how dreadful an idea it was when they decided to come along.
ごめんなさい、ご主人様。久しぶりのご主人様とのお買い物でテンション上がっちゃって。猫は素直だから仕方ないね。ご主人も素直になればいいのに。さ。
It has nothing to do with being honest. I'm telling you, don't just put the shampoo in the basket like that. Put it back.
交渉です。お願いします、ご主人様。何卒ショコラたちのシャンプーを買ってください。シャンプーもない家に帰るのは悲しい。猫的に油髪は気持ち悪い。あの猫ちゃんたち、シャンプーもろくに買ってもらえないのかしら。猫虐待で通報した方がいいんじゃないのかしら。
Don't put on some act to confuse the customers around us. Seriously. We'd only just moved here. But suddenly, we already had disapproving glares directed at us.
ご主人様とのお出かけは楽しいです。思わずニャンニャン言いたくなっちゃいますね。ニャンニャン。
Oh, go right ahead.
私たちのものは何も買ってくれなかったけど。
I'm not a cheapskate. Besides, I nearly got reported. After that, it was the same sort of exchange at the supermarket. The whole thing was so awkward that I don't think I can visit that shopping district for a while. Well, I guess you could say that was the cute side of cat girls. あっちからすごくいい匂いがする。本当だ。すごく香ばしくていい匂いがします、ご主人様。 It definitely does. What is this smell? I turned towards the source of it.
いらっしゃいませ。美味しい出来たてのたこ焼きいかがですか？熱々で鰹節たっぷりのたこ焼きいかがですか？あー、猫のたこ焼き屋さんだ。珍しいですね、ご主人様。ほんとだ。小さい子猫ちゃん、かわいい。
It was a cat girl younger than Chocolat and Vanilla. She waved her tiny hands as she politely drew customers in. In human terms, she looked like she was about 12 or 13 years old. In cat years, she was probably about 6 years old. She was about 6 months old. The young cat girl noticed us and ran over.
猫のお姉ちゃんだ。私と一緒だね。にゃんにゃん。うん、一緒だね。にゃんにゃん。 とゴロゴロしてあげちゃおう。ゴロゴロ。子猫は無邪気で超かわいい。半端ない。私はなでなでしてあげちゃう。
Oops, no, no.
すみません、うちの猫が。あの猫ちゃんたちの飼い主さん？
The owner of a food stand greeted us. Yes, I am. Well, to be more exact, my little sister is,
すごく可愛くてお利口な猫ちゃんたちだね。愛想もいいし、言葉もしっかりしてるし。うちのはまだ7ヶ月なんだけどね。もうちょっとしたらあんな風にちゃんとしてくれるのかな。
The food stand owner had a wry smile on her face, like she was talking about a mischievous child of hers. At a glance, it was understandable that seeing a young cat girl made it easy to overlook the things. Mine were originally strays, so I don't actually know how old they are. The veterinarian said that they were twins and were now about 9 months old. My little sister is actually quite the education freak. Back then, there was really noisy, but it was all worth it.
しぐれちゃんがちゃんとお勉強教えてくれたんです。いい子になれるようにって。しぐれ厳しい。でもおかげさまでいろいろと覚えた。
そうなんだ。いいご主人様なのね。
あ、でもご主人様はご主人様なんです。しぐれちゃんはしぐれちゃんですからね、ご主人様。通訳すると、しぐれは大事な友達、ご主人って呼ぶのはこっちのご主人だけってことで。
愛されてるんだね、ご主人様は。
Well, I am grateful. She lightly nudged me with an elbow. I responded with an embarrassed, forced smile. Hearing this kind of stuff in public sure was
子猫
embarrassing.
ちゃん、ちょっと上向いてごらん。おう、つきあり。ゴロゴロゴロ。ゴロゴロゴロ。
The three of them were getting along very well. The food stand owner looked fondly at them from
うちの子
nearby.
ももともと野良だったんだよね。今日みたいにたこ焼き売ってたらお腹空かせて寄ってきてさ、そのまま拾って今じゃ自分の娘みたいなもんになってさ、店まで手伝ってくれるようになってね。人型猫が流行したこともあったけど、普通の猫の何倍も飼うのが大変だからね。
Her words seemed tinged with blame and worry. She grumbled, letting out a sigh. Not that long ago, it wasn't rare to see stray humanoid cats just wandering throughout town. Now it was more likely for one to see humanoid cats that were well loved by their owners, since the amount of unfortunate humanoid cats had decreased. There was more of a balance, and owners were quite elated.
責任感のない連中ばっかりで嫌気もさすけど、でもそいつらのおかげで可愛い娘に会えたのかなって思うと何とも言えないけどね。
It was a bright and honest laugh. I nodded in agreement. That is true. This must be like how pets find their way back to their owners. I smiled at such an uncharacteristic compliment.
あ、そうだった。お姉ちゃんたち、たこ焼きはいかがですか？熱々で大きいタコが入ってて、すっごく美味しいですよ。すっごく美味しいたこ焼き。でもこれから帰ってご飯だから。ご主人が作ってくれるから。
Chocolat and Vanilla's shoulders dropped down hard as her drooped down. As they hung their heads, I rubbed them from behind. I took a look at the little takoyaki stand. Restaurant seller. Okay, 3 orders of takoyaki. Can you do that for me?
たこ焼き3つ？
Her large eyes blinked as she tilted her head in confusion. Yeah, for me, chocolate, and vanilla. Could you do that for me?
たこ焼き3つですね。ご主人様、オーダーです。たこ焼き3つ。ご主人様。
It's going to take time to get home and make food after all. Besides, I want to try the takoyaki.
ショコラも、もうお腹が切なくグーグー泣いてました。すごく嬉しいです。ご主人かっこいい。しぐれがいつもツンデレ実刑はいいものですと言ってるだけのことある。
Wait, what does that mean?
はいはい。じゃあこっちにあるメニュー好きなトッピングと味選んでね。うちの猫が遊んでもらった分サービスさせてもらっちゃうよ。
ありがとうございます。ショコラはマヨネーズかかってるのが好きです。ありがたくいただきます。ペコリ。私は明太子チーズがいい。
My question was completely ignored. Well, I guess I should have let it bother me. I wondered about that as I looked at chocolate and vanilla, happily awaiting their takoyaki in front of the food stand.
Nekopara.
I still can't get a hold of her. Were the guests over today? When I checked the clock, it was past 10 o'clock already. Since then, I tried calling Shigure several times, but couldn't get through to her. And just like that, it had already gotten this late. I've never gone this long without hearing from Shigure. I really didn't understand my family's schedule at all.
ご主人様、ご主人様。久しぶりに一緒にお風呂入りましょう。
Oh,
お背中流してあげますから。
Whoa, what are the... What a... um...
私たちの発育が良くなってからお風呂入れてくれなくなった。ご主人のエロ。
Oh no, what a shame. You haven't grown that much. But you haven't even grown that much. What are you two talking about?
にゃにゃにゃ、にゃんですか。
Dang.
ショコラとバニラはもう立派なレディー猫だってしぐれちゃんが言ってましたし。
So true.
その発言がセクハラ。猫の尊厳を踏みにじってる。それにショコラは今くらいがアイデンティティ。
That is true. It's so true. Alright, as chat says, Vanilla, you're the one changing the subject. In any case, don't worry about the bath. You two need to get ready to go home.
にゃ、帰る支度？ショコラの家はご主人様のお家ですけども。ショコラの隣が私の居場所だし。あと、ご主人かっこいい。なんか妙に男前に見えてきた。
Stop feigning ignorance, you two. Cut that out. The two of them looked my way, about to distract me again. Since Shigure isn't picking up, I'll take you two home. So go get ready to leave. Chocolat and Vanilla turned away from me and cast their gazes down on it. Returning home on the same day I'd moved out seemed to be such a stupid idea that I did hesitate a bit. there was no other way. Nor was there time for excuses. I looked towards Chocolat and Vanilla as they hung their heads in silence and continued on. Listen up, you two. I'm going to open my bakery. I've got no one to rely on, so I don't know how things will turn out. With all that's going on, I don't know if I can take care of you two. Get it? I mean, it's really going to be difficult enough just looking after myself.
Yes.
It was a quiet voice I could barely hear. Chocolat said something with her head down. What did you say? I came closer and asked her to repeat herself.
嫌です！そこらは絶対に帰りません！そんなこと言うご主人様は嫌いです！
Damn, get hated. What? Ah, wait! Hey, Chocolat!
私もタットのごとく、いや、タツネコのごとく離脱。
Ah, wait, stop! Vanilla, why are you running away too?
ほらご主人様、こっちですよ。ショコラはこちらにございます。
It's dangerous, so stop running around. If you fall, you'll get
猫
hurt.
にそんな心配はご不要。人型でも猫は猫。さささ。
Maybe so in Chocolat's case, but aren't you bad with physical activity? Come on, I've got you now, Chocolat.
ご主人様のエッチ、どこ触ってるんですか？ご主人、ショコラの胸もろ触ってる。もうわしづかみ。
I'm not. It's because you two are running around.
隙ありです。
Hey, stop it. You're still going to run? Yeah, I've got you. Vanilla.
ちょこちょこちょこちょこちょ。
Chocolat, stop. Really, stop.
ナ
Chocolat.
イスアシストショコラ。ささ。
Like I said, stop running. The two of them didn't listen to a word I said as they continued to mess with me. And that was how the first night went. For now, I'll let you stay, but only for tonight. I don't have guest beds or futons, okay? While all that was happening, 11 o'clock became midnight. Even if I took them home, everyone was sure to be asleep by now. The one glimmer of hope I had that Shigure would call me back didn't happen. So I decided that taking them home tomorrow was my first
も
priority.
ちろんご主人様のベッドで寝ます。私もご主人のベッドで我慢する。
Cleverly, they had even brought pajamas. Just how much planning went into their schemes anyway? Really, if you two sleep there, where will I?
一緒に寝てくれないんですか？この子に及んで。ご主人は人の男子なのにお行儀が悪い。順番はご主人、ショコラ、私でいい。にゃー、ご主人様とバニラに囲まれて幸せにゃー。
Don't get ahead of yourself, Pizza. A single bed for 3 people is too crowded.
じゃあ押しかけたのがショコラたちですし、ここでいいですよ。猫らしく丸まって寝ますし。贅沢は言わない私たち、超けなげ。猫の鏡。
I watched the two of them lay down and curl up on the floor of an empty room without even curtains. That's way too pitiful of a sight to be called
お
praiseworthy.
引っ越ししたばかりで段ボールたくさんありますよね。お家作ったらあったかいって聞いたし、なんとかなる気がする。
That's something only strange people would say. Where did these cat girls get this information from anyway? Well, they've probably read a lot of books and watched TV in Shigedo's room. Chocolat isn't good with kanji characters, so she only reads picture books though. Ah, whatever. You two go sleep in my bed. It still gets pretty cold at night in April after
そ
all.
したらご主人様はどうするんですか？ショコラの隣？
I'm going to sleep on the sofa in the living room. The sofa can fit one person, and there's air conditioning in there if I need it.
ダメですよ。それならショコラがソファーで寝ますから。ご主人様はバニラと一緒にお布団で寝てください。私こそソファーのが落ち着く。ショコラとご主人でベッド使えばいい。
They moved quickly towards me like lions catching their prey. I placed my hands on their heads and spoke in a clear and stern voice. Listen up. I will sleep on the sofa, and you two will sleep in my bed. Those are your master's orders. Understood?
ご主人様。ご主人。
I said it like that deliberately. The two of them looked as if they wanted to say something, but they hesitated. They lowered their heads apologetically.
ごめんなさい。ご主人様。ごめんなさい。ご主人。
They mustered out. They looked like they were on the verge of tears. Their obedience had the exact opposite of the effect I expected. It filled me with guilt. I felt a prickling sensation in my chest. That pain left me as I sighed and rubbed the two of them on their head. Come on, get going.
はい。
Good night. If anything happens, call for me right away.
はい。おやすみなさい。ご主人様。おやすみ、ご主人。
I gently rubbed the heads of the two dispirited cat girls once more. See you in the morning. With that said, I turned off the lights in the room.
ご主人様。本当にごめんなさい。迷惑をかけてしまって。
Her vanishing voice echoed slightly in the darkened room. The pain in my heart from before became even sharper. I swallowed that pain and replied cheerfully, It's okay if it's just for one night. Don't worry
ご
about
主
it.
人様。
Now then, go to sleep. I really shouldn't act on my emotions, huh? I laid down on the sofa. I sighed while staring at the ceiling. If I gave in to my emotions, the result would just lead to more sadness. If I used kind or hopeful words, they would all end up as lies. It's pretty uncool for me to be so passive like this. While I continued to pile on insults and make excuses for my actions. I closed my eyes and waited for sleep to take over.
Nekopara。その件に関しては、ショコラとバニラの意思を尊重したいと思います。ショコラとバニラがちゃんと納得したら迎えに行きますので。
Was what she told me when I was finally able to get in touch with her? Without any margin negotiation, I can't speak, oh my god, of negotiation space, I was shut down. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think chocolate and
と
vanilla
ころで
are-
兄様、この妹目に今朝の愛のささやきを。
Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or something. In any
す
case,
みません。お父様から呼ばれましたので失礼いたします。愛してますわ、兄様。ではまた。
wait, Shigure! Seriously? As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. And here I thought I could sort all this out if I could just talk to Shigure.
朝ごはんおいしいですね。ご主人様のご飯はいつでもおいしいですにゃ。ショコラ、ほっぺにケチャップついてる。芸術的に可愛い。舐めてあげちゃう。ペロペロ。
The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches incidentally contained of tomato, cheese, and lettuce, with an over-easy fried egg tucked inside all of that. It was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay?
ご主人様はショコラたちといるの楽しくないですか？ショコラは楽しいですよ。もうそれは今世紀最大級に。昨晩はご主人だって結構お楽しみだったくせ。
Stop with the deliberately misleading words. I sighed at their happy-go-lucky mindset. I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habits of cat girls were pretty much the same as those of humans, so that part was straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each other, individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them with a sandwich in my hand.
ここにショコラがいたらご主人様は迷惑ですか？
She put her sandwich down on her plate, and just like yesterday, she looked at me upturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. I answered her clearly.
そうですか。そうですよね。やっぱり。
Her shoulders drooped more than before. The ears which sat atop her head drooped downheartedly too.
ショコラ。
Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. The pain from last night pricked at my heart again. I tilted the already cold coffee cup as my emotions dulled, unimpeded by my judgment.
それでもショコラはご主人様のところにいたいです。
Her usually always pricky ears were drooping. Chocolate was speaking clearly under her own violation.
ショコラがいるなら私もここにいる。私もここにいたいと思う。
Vanilla's usually blank expression did not change. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Chocolate or Vanilla ever being this disobedient. That thought stayed at the back of my head. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. That understood? Ooh, a doorbell. Hmm?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。ご注文いただきましたティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちらお店の中に運んじゃいますね。こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ受領書にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with the pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow, this doesn't look like what I ordered.
本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか。
No, the stuff I ordered is in here too, but I looked over at the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside of my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain! It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made out of boxes. As you can see, we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐに本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水月様の方もすぐにご入りようと思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのですが。
Accept this order. Huh? From all this? The mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each of them without opening them. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contained expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I accepted it all, it would be a lot of work to deal with all the new items. There's still things that need doing in advance of my bakery's opening, so I don't mind accepting these. But it's going to take a while to deal with all of this.
もちろん私もお手伝いさせていただきますので、私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From the looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more. But to have it re-delivered would take double the effort. That's right, I have a lifeline!
なんですか？猫ちゃんたち本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
I'm exhausted. I glanced at the table where we had just finished organizing, lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders.
ご主人様、冷たいお茶です。どうぞ。
Thanks, Chocolat. Don't mind if I do. I downed the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal table where I have arrived. Soon, I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I needed any help I could find, and I really did need help this time.
褒めて褒めて褒めて褒めて。
I could sense the praise me order coming from Chocolat. She had a wide smile on her face and was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks, I couldn't have done it without you two.
ご主人様に褒めてもらっちゃったよ、バニラ。柱の陰から見守ってた甲斐があったね。よしよし。チョコラ、ご主人様の役に立てましたね。やっぱりご主人様一人じゃお仕事大変だと思うんです。猫の手でも存分に役に立つ。私たちがいなかったらまだ仕分け続行中だと思う。
Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned forward towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But that's a different issue than the one from before. You two have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I can ask you two to work for me or anything, okay?
そうですか。やっぱりダメですか。
Her shoulders drooped along with her ears and tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked
お
disheartened.
掃除でもしてきます。せっかくですし。
She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chocolat isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. But even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. It was all the more with how much she cared for me.
ご主人、私たちがいたらそんなに迷惑？悪い子。
She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you two
悪
stay.
い子じゃないのにダメなの？
It's because you two are good cat girls that I can't allow it. She blinked as she took in my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She stared directly at me, long and hard.
人って難しい。猫にはそういうのはわからない。 きならそばにいたい。少なくとも私はそう思うけど。
Vanilla.
チョコラのところ行ってくる。
With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared, and before long, I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think about it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cats do not understand that. Having heard that said aloud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be pretty nice to live the simple life of a cat girl, huh? I pondered as I looked at the name of the bakery affixed to the window. With a bitter smile, I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived early.
Nekopara! あれ、今日はあのたこ焼き屋がいない。
Alright. I feel this is an appropriate way to leave off before I go any further, because it's almost time, for me at least, to go to bed. And I cannot read out loud if I am not supposed to be up, so we shall see. Data number 1. Myself. Just in case. Wait, okay, yeah, whatever. There we go. Definitely did not just do the same thing twice in a row. Yes, unfortunately. Wait. Go back to the title screen. We shall go back to the title screen.
ネコパラボリューム1ソレイユ開店しました。
I feel like this is an appropriate screen to end on. Okay, so I guess this will be the end of the stream for today. But tomorrow I shall continue this glorious game. Truly incredible. Maybe we'll get a funky bath scene. Something pretty gaming. Some whoopsie doopsie etchy moments. Let's go. Anyway. Thank you, my good friend Ethan, for stopping by. And I apologize for the last attempt. I had to switch to OBS, which is a different streaming service or software. But at least we got it working. With that said, thank you guys for watching this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that you look forward to tomorrow's stream. I will be doing the same tomorrow, but streaming earlier. With that said, I hope you have a wonderful night. If you're watching this at night, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful night. And whatever games. If your day is just starting, I hope your day goes by epically. If your day is in the middle of it, I hope the rest of your day goes by epically. And if the day is just ending, I hope your day is epic. And if it wasn't, just remember, there's always a tomorrow. So, don't get too hung up on today. Because tomorrow, well, I can't guarantee it will be better, because I'm not you. don't know what's going on yet, but just remember, it always does get better. With that said, good night, everybody. I will exit now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. With that said, once again, goodbye, everybody, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye.